I'm Batman, and today I'm surrounded by 20 of Gotham's worst criminals. People love to say Gotham is too far gone. They're wrong. My first claim is that Gotham isn't beyond saving. If we fight back, if we bring real justice, this city can heal.
The city can heal if we fight back? I was the one fighting back. I was the best Gotham had to offer. And what did the city do? It didn't heal me. It burned me.
This city broke you, Harvey, and that's a tragedy I understand. Gotham hurt me too. The difference, Harvey, is the choice.
Choice?
You surrendered to the
There is no choice in Gotham. It's all luck. You think you forged your will? You were chosen, same as me. We are just two random outcomes of the same toss.
You're right, Harvey. Luck's impartial, but impartial isn't justice. Justice isn't blind to who we are or what we've done.
Justice can be twisted. It always ends up serving one side.
Your coin doesn't care if a man's guilty or broken. It just lands.
Luck doesn't play favorites. With chance, half the criminals get what they deserve. Half the wealth finds its way back to the people. Maybe half the system stays corrupt. But at least it's honest about it. And that's still better than your justice ever did.
Stop pretending you care about this city. You're not fighting for fairness. You're taking revenge. You failed to fix Gotham, so you decided to punish it instead.
I didn't choose. It was luck. It was fate.
You think that leaving everything to luck takes away the guilt. That if the coin decides, you don't have to. But that's the lie, Harvey. You can't escape choice. Even when you flip your coin, you're choosing to do it. The same way we can't escape luck. We can't escape choice. My second claim is this. Justice doesn't need killing. I've seen what revenge looks like from both sides, and it never heals. If we answer murder with murder, we become the very thing we fight.
If you killed a killer, you're no better than them. You ever get tired of that line? Or do you just record it once and play it back every time someone dies because you didn't pull the trigger? If I got $1 every time that happened, I'd be richer than you, Bruce.
You think ending a life makes the world cleaner? You think it erases what they've done?
No, it just stops them from doing it again.
You kill one murderer, and tomorrow there's another, maybe worse. I've seen where that road goes. You start thinking every death you cause balances some imaginary scale. That's not justice, Jason. That's delusion.
You know what's funny, Bats? You call it your one rule, the sacred line you won't cross. But that rule, it breaks itself. Every time you drag some psycho back to Arkham just so he can escape again, someone else ends up in a body bag. You don't pull the trigger, sure, but the gun still goes off. And you just stand there, pretending your hands are clean, while Gotham bleeds for your
morality. Killing ends the problem before you ever have to understand it. It's a shortcut that pretends to be justice, but it's not. You're not doing this to save people, Jason. You're doing it because it's easy.
And it works. You keep swinging that stick hoping they'll learn their lesson. I give them a bullet and make sure they don't forget it. You talk about hard choices, but I live them. Don't ever think I'm softer than you. I'm harder than you'll ever be. So stop dancing around it. You keep saying killing begets killing, fine. But prove it. Tell me this. If you had absolute certainty, one bullet, one man, and every murder in Gotham stopped forever, would you do it?
I wouldn't. Because this isn't a math problem you solve with one act. It's a question of what we teach a city about itself. Kill one man, even with a guarantee, and you have written a law into the world. Someone may die, so the rest may live. Who gets to decide when that's justified? Who watches the watchers when the scale tips in the other direction? My third claim is that Gotham's greatest battle isn't fought in its streets. It's fought in its mind. People here are ruled by fear. It poisons every thought, every choice. They need a symbol strong enough to make fear itself afraid.
Fear?
That's what I became.
No, Batman. Gotham isn't ruled by fear. It's ruled by stupidity. Fear is just the symptom. The real disease is ignorance. The city doesn't rot because people are scared. It rots because they don't think.
People can learn. Given the chance, they rise above the chaos.
Really? You've spent years watching them set their own houses on fire just to keep warm, and you still think they'll rise above? Gotham isn't a city of victims. It's a city of fools who've earned their place in the dirt.
You sound like the very corruption you claim to despise. Intelligence doesn't give you the right to stand above people.
And yet here you are, a genius billionaire who literally stands above the city every night. Don't pretend you're not part of the hierarchy, Bruce. You inherited the top floor and then built yourself a taller one.
I use what I have to protect those who don't.
You protect them from what? Their own bad decisions? You keep saving people from consequences they earned. My riddles test the mind, Batman. They separate those who think from those who just react. You patch leaks in a sinking ship and call it heroism. But you never ask why the ship keeps sinking. I'll tell you why. Because the passengers can't stop drilling holes.
You think intelligence is an excuse to stop caring. You think Gotham's chaos comes from lack of intellect. It doesn't. It comes from greed, desperation, power, all the same vices you drown in.
And all of them require stupidity to survive.
You're forgetting that empathy is intelligence too. The ability to understand beyond yourself.
Empathy is the mind's worst distraction.
You mistake cynicism for insight. Gotham isn't stupid. It's lost, and lost things can be found. There is nothing this city needs more than a symbol, and I am that symbol. Not because I'm smarter or richer or stronger, but because I stand for something every broken mind in this city still remembers how to feel. Hope.
Then riddle me this, Batman. If the city can be found, why does it need a detective to keep looking? Because Gotham doesn't think.
Then I'll keep fighting until it does.
The problem with you, Batman, is that you want to save people who don't want to be saved. Gotham's not a city of criminals. It's a city of survivors. Everyone down here's just doing what they have to. What you call crime is actually ambition. They don't want your justice. They want a chance to crawl out of the mud in the only way they know how.
I've seen enough of this city to know people aren't born bad. It's the weight of their world that twists them. But deep down, they still remember what's right. I've seen that spark. I know these people.
You know nothing about these people. You, a billionaire with a guilty conscience. You were born above the gutter.
I know
crawled
more than you
through it.
think. The people want something greater than comfort. They want order.
Order?
Something that reminds
For a
them
city
that
like
even in
Gotham? The only kind of order these animals understand is what you would call organized crime.
You call that
which,
order?
in case you haven't noticed, is exactly what I'm trying to do.
Nothing poisons Gotham more than the empire you're trying to build.
And yet that same poison feeds more families than your government ever did. My kind of business gives people purpose, power, pay. I've done more for this city's poor than your justice ever could. My way may be dirty, but at least it plays by the rules of nature. And that's exactly what Gotham needs.
The underworld is the worst place in Gotham, ruled by the worst people this city can breed.
Maybe if you weren't such a pain in the ass and let me run that underworld, it'd be better for everyone.
You running the underworld would be like asking the fire to guard the matches.
At least I'd give the people what they truly want. The freedom to fight, to take, to earn. You're the one trying to shove your code down their throats.
My fourth claim is that chaos isn't the truth of Gotham Order is. Even after all the madness, all the destruction, there's still structure worth defending. Without rules, without purpose, this city isn't free. It's lost.
Order. That's all you ever talk about. You wrap people in rules because you're terrified of what happens without them. You don't want order, Bats. You want control.
Control keeps people safe.
Safe? No one's safe. You think you can build a cage big enough to keep the world from cracking? You're not saving Gotham. You're delaying the punchline. Everyone's one bad day away from realizing the joke. None of this makes sense.
You think I don't see that? You think I don't know how absurd this all is? I do. I know none of it makes sense. But that's exactly why I fight. Because if the world refuses to make sense, then I'll force it to.
Force
I'll give it meaning.
That's your plan? You can't bully the world into behaving. You can't scare chaos into order. You build your little systems, your rules, your symbols, but the moment you blink, it all falls apart. Because people want it to. They're not built for balance. They're built to break. It takes is one bad day, and they remember what they really are. You keep trying to save them from that truth, but deep down, you know it. They're all me, waiting for their turn.
You can play the nihilist all you want, but that's not why you do it. You don't spread chaos because you believe in it. You do it because it serves you. Because as long as the world burns, you get to pretend the fire means something. You don't want to prove that everyone's like you. You just want to drag them down far enough that you can
I
stop
don't
feeling
use
alone.
chaos. I belong to it. The world isn't built on order. Order's just a trick we tell ourselves to sleep at night. You fight chaos because you're terrified of it. Because deep down, you know it's stronger than you are. But me, I stopped being afraid a long time ago. No rules. No control, no illusion of safety. Just the truth, raw and honest. You call it madness, I call it
Chaos
freedom.
doesn't build. It only burns.
But burning is building. You just haven't accepted it yet. You still think you can draw lines in the fire and make it behave. But one day, you'll see what I see. That the flames don't destroy the city, they reveal it. You and I just handle the truth differently. I've already accepted it. You're still fighting it, but you will, eventually.
Maybe you're right,
Everyone
Joker.
does.
Maybe one day I'll see what you see. But if that day ever comes, then Gotham really will be lost. Until then, I'll keep fighting the fire. Not because I think I can stop it, but because someone has to stand in the smoke and remind this city it's still worth